Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the What the Football channel. This is the BH and Scrubber Show. And on today's show, we're going to be reviewing the Commanders versus the Browns. It was a win, it was decisive, it was a lot of fun. All the guys did great. Thanks for tuning in. If you watched our play by play reaction show, and join us next week for that as well. We also do a preview show, which will be this Friday for the Baltimore Ravens. So that's going to be a test. But wouldn't be the BH and Scrubber show, of course, without BH over there at our West Coast affiliate. How you doing, BH?
Doing good, man. Yeah, that was what a great game. I'm just so proud of these guys. I know everybody in Commanderland is. Just a lot of fun to watch. And this team's growing so fast. We were hoping maybe by week 10 they would grow to be this good, but they've just, what can we say, man? Everyone just is getting better. Well, we were just talking off air about that. I got the PFF premium this year. So I was able to kind of go in and look at every player, how they're doing, every game. And man, everyone is trending up, up, up. So, yeah, and everyone played so good. I think overall, we'll talk about PFF stats for the game because they look great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even our worst graded players were fine.
Yeah.
No one was that bad. Overall, I looked at, just watched a lot of replays, watched some all 22. The offensive line, super impressive. I can't say enough about these guys. I don't know, man. They're just like, what a teamwork, the way they work together. And all 22 is a lot of fun to watch. You turn me on to that.
Yeah.
You see a different part of the game that you don't see. And man, these guys, and then Jaden Daniels, I think Jaden Daniels got hit with the hardest defense he might have seen, even a little more than Tampa Bay. I watched a breakdown from this guy, Kurt Benkert, again. He's a big Jaden fan. But he showed how when they came out, they weren't going to give him short passes. They were going to blitz him. They had zero coverages. They ran people at him. Everyone was up. They were like, right away, you're not going to get dump offs. You're not going to get screens. Well, we're going to force you. And it was a little, I mean, wouldn't you say at first it seemed, it was a little shaky.
Yeah.
He was not quite hitting. And then he threw that great pass to Terry on the run, 66 yards. And then unfortunately, I think he made the big mistake with the interception in the end zone.
Yeah.
And the best thing about that was it was like it never happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
They always say that, like the best players, like the best corners are the guys that get burnt for an 89-yard touchdown bomb. And they just come out the next time like, they don't even think about it. It's gone. It already happened. I said a lot of guys that eats into their brain, they doubt themselves. And Jaden sort of has that quality. But this was a good defense. But man, just after a while, little by little, he had a few glitches. But I like the way he ran the ball. He gets out of bounds. He gets on the ground. And he's a backbreaker. Man, those 6-yard runs. And I was laughing, too, because this guy was pointing out how, you got to chase that guy. So look at all these tackles, these 300-pound guys. When he goes that way, everyone has to go that way. And then he's going to go out of bounds. Yeah. So, and they have to come back to the huddle. And then he goes to the left this side. Everyone's got to go chase him down that way. And after a while, I think it just wears on you. So I'm really proud of him for such a young guy in 5 games. He's done well. But, man, everyone around him, I mean, special teams and defense, I don't know, just played great. So what do you think?
Yeah. I was going to say too, kudos to the O-line, but you also got to pick up the periphery people like the tight ends for doing some great blocking. The running backs for picking up blocks, getting downfield, making blocks, the wide receivers helping out, hitting blocks. Almighty Zacchaeus following up that big run behind Austin Eckler where he fumbled. And if Zacchaeus just kind of strolled down the field, he wouldn't have picked up the fumble. I mean, he was way back, and he blasted, he kept with the play, got all the way down the field. He wasn't going to make a block or anything. He was just hauling ass down there. And good thing he did. He picked up the fumble. And I don't blame that fumble on on Eckler. It was, these guys, they punch out the ball and they punched it from behind. He didn't know it was coming. So, yeah, kudos for
Yeah.
that. I thought Jeremy McNichols, our running back, was doing a great job out there. I'm pretty sure B Rob was on a pitch count, and he scored 2 touchdowns, and I don't even know if he ran more than 25 yards. So
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of yards. And that's what we said in the last show. We said we knew that he was going to probably be on a pitch count, and we were right.
Yeah.
And we said, but he's going to play. So we said we need the 3-headed monster to go out there and play. And what did they do? They all played good. They all contributed. And McNichols scored too again, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah. And Diami Brown caught that long one. That was a dime. Jaden Daniels down in the end zone like that. So beautiful play by the offense. But I also want to give kudos to the defense. I mean, damn.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't have a good offense if your defense isn't stopping the other team. Now, the Browns were struggling a little bit with their front line. They're injured. And then Deshaun Watson, he really wasn't playing all that great. And I looked at a couple like Browns, Chat Sports and Browns Believe. They're already on suicide watch. They are just them people. Deshaun Watson needs to, be thrown in the trash.
Oh yeah.
Need a new GM, scrap the whole team, and I even went back and watched one from a week ago by Cleveland Browns. Same with them. I mean, we used to go through that, and it's nice not having to go through that, to actually kind of not have a worry in the game. I don't get as anxious as I used to. And, as soon as, we were down by 3 points, fuck, it's over, but I don't feel like that anymore. I just know that it's 3rd and 9. They're going to make the 3rd down. They're just going to, I think we're number 1 in 3rd down conversions, by the way. So
4th down conversions too, I think.
Yeah. So kudos to the defense.
Yeah, it is. And they started off, we were talking about it, man. It was rough. Reminded us a lot of last year or the last 2 years teams, guys not covering. There's no pressure. Man, this kind of sucks. And, but we knew going in, it was going to be a work. And Adam Peters couldn't just go out and buy and draft a whole new team. It's just, there's going to be holes, And then when Joe Witt said before last week's game, this is the week where we gel. This is the week where it really will come together, which I said last week. I'm like, oh, dude, why'd you say that? Don't ever say that, Yeah. I always watch these cop shows. Well, a lot of detective shows, and someone's kid is missing and the cop goes, don't worry, we're going to find your kid. And I'm like, oh, dude, no, God, Cop 101. You never say that. But Joe Witt, to his credit, said it. And they really have stepped up. Pro Football Focus proves it. You look at everyone's coming up. Poor Jerzon, his first couple games, he's throwing 38s and 34s. This week he had a 52. His actual run stopping was up to 71.
Nice.
And Dorrance Armstrong, who I was kind of disappointed in, I was like, this guy's kind of vanilla. Coach knows him. Coach brought him in. Coach coached him. He's a defensive end. We got rid of our supposed star defensive ends. And when he came in, it was kind of, he was just brilliant, average guy. But boy, you look on Pro Football Focus, man, boom, boom, boom. It clicked for him. His pass rushing is up to his run stopping, not a bad score, not great, but his pass rushing, which is what you want from a defensive end, is like he's hitting 80. He's excelling. He's getting by guys. He's working through guys. So, yeah, like you said, props to that D, man. So good.
Yeah, right down the middle. You start with Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, then you go to Frankie Luvu and Bobby Wagner, and then you go to Jeremy Chin and Quan Martin. That whole midsection is beefy. And then our corners have been doing good. I got to give it up to St. Just, Sandra still. These guys are playing pretty lights out, if you ask me. Was Emmanuel Forbes in there? I didn't really hear.
Yeah, he played like 6.
Okay.
But I think I saw a few guys in on the snap counts on the defense. I think those guys were at the end of the game. Remember, we started benching people.
Yeah,
Coach put Jaden down after 3 quarters. You know what I mean? It was done. I saw that. Dude, when in the world, in your mind, do you think we could let our quarterback sit after 3 quarters? That's
Never.
La, that's La La Land. That
Yeah,
never happens, man.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think some of those guys got some junk time in there, but not really. I don't think Forbes is in there unless they really did a 4 or 5 wide receiver set and he got in for a couple plays, but he didn't. And the other thing, speaking of those DBs, they're doing good. Their scores aren't that great, but what they did in this game, I didn't see all the last few years, was made plays on the ball. Mikey Sane was still just extended himself and at the last minute knocked the ball out from a guy. And then Igbenogany did the same thing on a quick slant. And he played it those are hard to cover. The guy comes down, it's a quick slant. The quarterback's only thrown one guy, and he threw it, and Igbenogany came in, boom, and just slapped it. And I said, man, these guys are making plays on the ball. St. Juice made a play. I think the ball went out of bounds, but he still went up and got it. He came down. But I'm just saying, these guys are snagging balls. They're knocking balls down. I mean, that never happens. So, like you said too, there's that relationship between the front seven and the DBs. If one group's not holding their own, the other group suffers. And our front seven is doing really good, and gives the DBs just that little more time that they don't have to feel like they got to run with a guy for 20 seconds. You know what I mean? That they can stay on them. And super proud of them. Yeah. I got to see I saw a cool breakdown. I want to give Cliff, Cliff Kingsbury, let's say it, a lot of critics out there. I was excited to get him, but he had his stay at the Cardinals wasn't great. I read a lot of criticisms of him coming there, like, oh, you guys are going to hate it. It's going to have a college offense. He's a failure. He's not, you wanted that guy from Detroit, so you settled for him. Dude, I'm so glad we didn't get that guy from Detroit.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah. He did a cool thing with Eckler. How long was Eckler's run? That was 50? Like 46 yard, something like that. Yeah. Well, what he did was they've been chipping a lot.
Yeah.
So he would use Eckler, and Eckler would chip, and then he would stay in and help block. And then on that play, they kind of got into this thing where the Browns are going, Eckler will chip. He kind of did a little chip and ran out in the flat.
He did.
And the guy who was supposed to ray back, he blew it. They lulled him in. And Kingsbury used that play. And of course, it was just wide open because they had just sold out to go down. So that showed some real smarts. I always like when you do a play to set up a play. Like plays don't always work, but you have to run different plays to keep the defense guessing.
Yeah. We had them spread out.
Yeah.
The one thing about Kingsbury in Phoenix or in Arizona was he was the head coach, wasn't he?
Right.
And so he had too much on his fucking plate. And so I'm sure now all he's got to do is just concentrate on what he needs to do. Dan Quinn takes the heat for everything else, and he don't have to worry about it. And that gives you more focus. And I think the whole team is just buying into the whole thing. And it's such great fun to watch these guys win, and just not only win, but win big. So we really got a test coming up this coming week. And I like the gradual playing against tougher and tougher teams. I know that first game against Tampa was a tough game, but slowly we're playing against tougher and tougher teams. And that gives you a chance to grow. Because if you just start out the season, Eagles, Dallas, Baltimore, you know what I mean? You're not going to get any. It's a different season if you start out like that. But we got super lucky to start out the way we did. And just great to watch the guys play. They look really good. So.
Yeah, that's a great point. It did work out. Got a little punch in the mouth on the first week, but since then, I mean, and that you can't really. It doesn't give you a chance to develop yourself when you're playing a really good team. There's so much pressure. They never make mistakes. It's like you can't make one little mistake against these guys. So you're right. If it had been, Tampa, Ravens, Eagles, that could have been really hard. So now everyone's had a chance. But yeah, man, can't wait till Friday to do our preview show on those Ravens. That's got to be the game of the week, man. People are literally, even non-Commanders fans are circling that game.
Yeah. I think I get it on my phone. I haven't had a chance to look ahead, but usually if I get it on my phone, that's something that they're going to show on TV. So
Yeah.
here in Florida, anyways, because they always on the phone they give
Yeah.
you the two Florida games. You get that automatically, the Sunday night game,
Yeah.
Monday night game, and but they're giving it to me at least on my phone, so I'll at least get to watch it, and so that'll be fun. Looking forward to Friday.
Yeah, me too. That'll be great. I hope I get it.
Yeah, let's hope so. It should be like a game of the week at 1 o'clock.
Man, yep.
You should show
Should
it.
be.
Everybody's
All
excited.
right, man.
Everybody's a Commander
Everyone
fan.
is.
Just like
That's right.
St. Patrick Day, everybody's Irish. So
That's right. Hey, number one selling jersey in the NFL right now, Jaden Daniels.
nice.
So,
Oh yeah.
yep, we're kicking ass. And
All
we're
right.
playing good too.
Yeah.
All right, man. So
Thanks,
I'll see you
everybody.
on Friday.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
See you.